Hello, this is Cindy Vandover, marine biologist on board the Lawrence M. Gould, together with a group of marine scientists from institutions around the country, and we are on our way to Palmer Station on the Antarctic Peninsula. The Antarctic Peninsula is a distinctive feature of the Antarctic continent, as described by Dr. Hugh Ducklow of the Virginia Institute of Marine Science, one of the lead PIs on this expedition.
It's a skinny, long piece of land that sticks up away from the continent like a finger pointing toward South America, and because of that geographical shape, it has a unique climate and a unique ecology that's different from the rest of the continent.
Though temperatures are barely above freezing in the summer on the Antarctic Peninsula, the peninsula is a tropical zone relative to the rest of the continent, and is sometimes jokingly referred to as the banana belt. Dr. Bill Fraser of the Polar Oceans Research Group has worked on the Antarctic Peninsula for decades. He describes what's so special about it in these words.
The peninsula is absolutely saturated with life, and multiple species. It's just, I think that's probably from what my perception of the rest of the continent is, that the peninsula simply is saturated with life.
For Bill, a bird biologist, saturated with life means saturated with penguins and other Antarctic birds. But is it always going to be that way?
The climate of the West Antarctic Peninsula is changing very rapidly.
Bill Fraser has helped to document the changes in the climate and puts it this way.
The peninsula is warming faster and has warmed. I think the warming trend is the steepest than any other place in the world.
Hugh Ducklow.
As a result of the warming air temperature, the sea ice surrounding this part of Antarctica has declined by about 30% in its area over the past 25 years. Sea ice is kind of unique stuff. It's much more complicated than just describing it as frozen seawater. Sea ice itself is an entire ecosystem, and of course it's jumbled up and mixed and rearranged and broken and reformed by the action of wind and waves. But it's much lower than icebergs. Icebergs falling off the continent can be hundreds of feet high, and sea ice sticks up only a meter or two above the water.
The climate regime shift that is taking place on the Antarctic Peninsula is changing the availability of a physical resource, sea ice, that is critical to the Adelie penguin, the species that used to dominate this area.